Someone keeps rearranging the letters in the craft store I work at, and it's starting to get creepy. I was staring at the end cap display of glittery disco ball letters when I noticed they'd been rearranged into boobs, dick, fuck. One word per shelf, in that order. It was as if they were going from less obscene to more obscene, though the shelf under a 50% off sign remained untouched. I grumbled, rearranged them, and muttered about teenagers. It was nearly closing time, and I had a family waiting at home. I continued mopping the aisles, but then, in aisle 32, I found more letters, this time spelling flaccid. I had to give credit for creativity. There were only 10 letters left on the shelf, and someone managed to create a word with them. I fixed it and kept moving. When I reached aisle 44, the wooden letters, meant for painting, had been rearranged into one word: help. I froze. This didn't feel like a joke anymore. I checked under the shelves and around the store, no one. I stood up and continued mopping, pushing the growing unease away. It was almost 9:03 p.m., and I needed to close up. In the baking aisle, the cookie cutter letters were arranged upright to spell, watching you. My blood ran cold. This was no longer some prank. Someone was sending a message. The thought lingered in my mind as I rushed through the store, trying to finish before closing. I thought about one of our regulars, an older man who always seemed to be around. His white hair, roving eyes, and random craft supply purchases made him stick out. He was always overly friendly and sometimes made me feel uncomfortable. What if he'd been watching me? What if that's why he came in so often? I pushed the thought aside, headed to the front door, and grabbed my keys. But as I rushed down the aisle, I saw the disco ball letters had been rearranged again. This time they read, better, run. Time seemed to stop. I glanced around and saw a figure darting behind an aisle. Someone else was in the store. I sprinted toward the door, not bothering to lock up. As I reached the exit, something collided with me. I hit the pavement hard, scrambling to my feet. A man stood over me, younger than the regular I'd been thinking of, but someone I vaguely recognized. Got you, he growled. I froze for a moment, then dashed around the car, diving into the driver's seat and hitting the locks. He slammed his palms against the window and tried the handle repeatedly. Hey, he shouted. I didn't hesitate. I put the car in reverse and sped off, not looking back to see if I hit him. I drove straight home, only glancing at the rearview mirror once I'd arrived. My husband called the police, and I hugged my daughter, who'd stayed up waiting for me. All I could think about was how long she would have waited if I never came home.